Well, hello, everybody out there in Facebook land. Welcome to the Wednesday webinar, part of our Comcast Business Economic Recovery Series for the month of June. I think we lost Heather, and I don't know if she knows that we lost her, but if she doesn't know, there you go. Wanted to give you a heads up. So guys, today we have something fun for you. You know, all month we've been bringing to you live Mondays and Wednesdays at noon, ways to help businesses as they're getting ready to reopen and they're kind of reintegrating into the community after the past 3 months of what has become known as the pandemic around the world. And so we thought it would be fun to reach out to some maybe non-traditional ways that you might think of saving money. So before we get started, want to go over a few of the basics. First and foremost, we want to thank Comcast. Comcast is a huge partner here at the Hispano Chamber. We are so lucky to have Julianne and her whole team that support everything from our education to our small businesses. So we appreciate that. And we also want to thank our partners at New Mexico Tech. There's so many of them to thank, so many little L's behind the scenes. But, you know, Carlos Romero, who sits on our board, along with Liam and Shay and Matthew and all of their team as well. And of course, Angelique, who is in our marketing here at the Chamber, who helps us with everything that we need. So shouts out to them as well. And so as we move forward with the webinar series, we always get requests on interesting things. And it was brought to our attention. What are some of the ways that, you know, as we're opening, how can we put money in our pocket, save money? And, you know, one of the things that we have done is listened. And for those of you that are out there that are watching and will watch between now and Friday being June 12th, today is the 10th, in case we miss you by a week and you're reviewing this later. You know, one of the things that you guys asked for was how can we help sustain and support you as you're ready to open for those businesses that have been closed for 3 months and maybe don't have, you know, $150, $200 to start their businesses and their employees out with the PPE, the personal protective equipment that is needed for you to open. And so with the help of many partners, and I will not name them all on here because then I'll take up the whole hour, but with many partners, the Hispano Chamber reached out and we were able to pull together 1,000 bags full of PPE products for small business owners. We like to call them micro business owners, employees under 5 employees or less. And so we did it once last week and we got rid of about half of the bags. It was an incredible program. We had lines down the street. It was wonderful. And we're going to do it again on Friday. That's Friday, June 12th, and just day after tomorrow. The first, I believe, 100 or so will finalize what's left of our thermometers, the touchless thermometers that were donated to us from Inverse Medical. So thank you, Johannes and team. The rest of the bags are filled with masks, gloves, sanitizers, all courtesy of so many people. We'll be talking about that later in the week, as well as coupons and lots of information to help you guys get started and hopefully help you put a little bit of that money or hold it, I should say, into your pocket in order to help you guys get started as you reopen, depending what phase you're in and what industry you're in. But what I do know is that we're going to talk with 2 experts today in their areas, and we're going to talk about how they might be able to help you put a little bit of money back into your pocket that you didn't even know existed. So I'm really excited today to have with us representing PNM and also representing the gas company, individuals that have a unique program that really is meant for small businesses and to help support you guys, not just now in reopening, but in the future in how it is. And I'm excited to hear about some of those examples. I've had the privilege of working with Heather in the past, and I know she's got some great examples. So I would love for you guys to introduce yourselves, to get us started, what you do, and then we'll kind of jump into the program. So if I could start with you, Heather, that would be great.
Thanks, Shannon. I'm Heather Blackhurst. I'm with the PNM Business Energy Efficiency Program. It's a big umbrella that covers now multifamily energy efficiency programs, as well as any of the commercial business programs that are in the PNM service territory. And what we do is help you as the PNM customer save money on your utility bills over the rest of the time that you're in the business, hopefully forever, and also cover the initial project costs as well. So what I'm going to talk about today is our Quick Saver program, which is specifically intended for small businesses that maybe don't have the capital money or the technology knowledge or the ability to install new lighting in their facilities. And we can help you figure out how to get that taken care of.
Great. I'm excited to hear more about that. And Drew, if you could please introduce yourself. Same question. What do you do? Tell us all about your department.
Sure. So I'm Drew Jones, and I work at New Mexico Gas Company in the Energy Efficiency Department. I've been doing it for about 10 years now, since the divestiture from P&M when we came over from P&M back in 2009. Our programs run the gamut. We have programs for residential customers, for commercial business customers, multifamily, new construction, and also income qualified programs. So really those are the 5 customer segments that we really target our programs after. They run the gamut again from free giveaway DI type programs to larger investments and customized rebates with technical audits and technical verification on the back end. So our programs, we like to think we have something for everybody.
So what's really exciting is I don't think that a lot of small business owners know. Now, I know that some of them do because we've heard some examples, and I'm hoping Heather for sure, and I'm hoping the gas company too, can share with us some of those businesses that have really received the benefit. And I know it's really exciting to hear about those businesses that have taken advantage. But you know, if you have a brick and mortar out there, everybody that's watching, and you are maybe a small business, but you rent a space, or you own a space, or you're a restaurant, or what have you, you guys may not know that these programs exist. And as much as, you know, they're doing their outreach, you know, we're here today to kind of highlight the possibilities that you have, and over time, how this can save money, put that money back into your pocket. So I definitely think it'd be great if we touch on residential towards the end, because in the end, we all have a house and we all want to know what's available. We might as well take this opportunity to share. But let's start off with small business. And actually any business that has buildings that's receiving your service, which I would think would be most businesses. And so Heather, we'll just start with you. If you could just give us a quick rundown of what the program is, and then we'll kind of expand from there.
Sure, no problem. So on the lines of what Drew said, P&M does offer those similar programs as well. We specifically are the commercial side, but if you go to the pnm.com website, there's lots of information on there: residential, commercial, new construction, even new construction residential can even qualify. So that's also there for your education purposes if you really want to know more about it. But what we do specifically is commercial and small business with the Quick Saver program. The Quick Saver program is a program where a trade ally, a contractor, comes to your business and gives you a free audit of your location, and they let you know what's there now and what they propose to install. It's all pre-inspected, post-inspected. It's all through a participation agreement. It's all on the up and up. We oversee that, and we cover the rebate incentive for you. So for instance, let's say I'm one of the Hispano Chamber members is Cocina Azul. We love Cocina Azul. I've been going there, getting my fix since I've been home. I'm really sick of eating my own food, and they have great food there. So back in 2017, they participated and changed out some of their interior fixtures as well as exterior fixtures. And the total project cost was $5,832. The incentive paid by P&M to the trade ally on behalf of the customer was $5,677. So they saved $4,295 annually in their dollars, and their payback was 0.4 years. So that's just one example. That's not every example, but on average, the Quick Saver program covers about 65% of the project cost up front for the customer. So they don't have to incur the cost of buying the new equipment or installing the new equipment. The trade ally does that for them. And they also cover the warranty for that, for how long the product warranty is. It depends on features and whether it's just a lamp or a retrofit or an actual new fixture. The main,
Heather, really quick before we move on, just because I know that people are going to ask, what is a trade ally? And I don't know if this goes same for gas company, but what is a trade ally? And then how, people that are listening may be interested, how do they get involved in that?
Sure, not a problem. So a trade ally is a contractor that's vetted through our program. They have to keep, specifically for the Quick Saver program, they have to have a local New Mexico EE 98, and they have to keep $1 million of liability insurance at a minimum. They go through our training, all the paperwork through our office. So anything that you sign, we see and we verify and send back to you so that you can have it for your records. And on our website, which is pnmenergyefficiency.com. You can also get there through the pnm.com website, but our specific website is pnmenergyefficiency.com. There's lots of different links on there, and it says find a contractor. So a trade ally is a contractor is a trade ally. It's for various programs, different types of contractors, but that's what that is. And we encourage anybody in New Mexico who wants to be a trade ally, whether they're an HVAC contractor, an electrical contractor, architect, new construction. We even have a vending miser program where you get a free little equipment that goes on the vending machine that helps reduce the energy used in those machines. What was your other question?
No, that was it. It was what is a trade ally, and how do people get involved if they want to? And because before we move any further, the question was, what's a trade ally?
So. Right. Well, and another question. Go ahead.
I was just going to add to that real quick and say that we do have the exact same type of network on residential and both commercial sides. We call them participating contractors on the residential side and trade allies on the commercial side. But we have upwards of 150, 175 different companies that are signed up in that network. So we cover the whole state of what our service territory is, and we can absolutely connect you to the right person.
Okay, so just going to jump in. I just got a message. We had a little bit of a cutout on what Heather was saying. And so to reiterate what she said, and also to follow up on what Drew said, if you are a business out there that happens to be in the construction industry, maybe the trades industry, I'm throwing this out there, guys, plumbing, heating, energy work, architect, she said, if you're interested in working with New Mexico Gas Company or PNM, please visit their website and follow the links there, and there's a way for you to do that. So another great way to connect in the community and hopefully get your company out there. But just wanted to let you guys know, since that was a question that came up. So Heather, please continue.
Another question that we get is, why would PNM want to do this? Why would PNM give me money to save energy? And that's because there's several reasons. A lot of it is a green incentive, of course, but this money is your money already. The money that we're using in the program, and it's the same with Drew's program, is ratepayer money that you pay in your bill every month. There's on the back of your bill, there's an energy efficiency rider. And if you pay that, then you're in the program and you qualify, and that's residential or commercial. But also it's to put less stress on the grid. If they have to purchase less electricity or make less electricity, then that helps everybody out. So in our program, with the pandemic happening, PNM has not changed our goal. That's the other thing I want to make sure that people understand, is that we still have money that we need to give away. We have to give it away this year. So, and Drew, I bet you guys are in the same boat as we are. Even though we're all at home, even though I'm in beautiful New Mexico scenery, I'm actually sitting in my house. But we want to make sure that these business owners, whether they rent or own, if it's a business that pays into that program on the small business rate, they qualify for this program. And the trade allies can come out even with them being closed. They have all the PPE necessary. They know the standards and guidelines. They will follow what your standards and guidelines are if it's a different set of guidelines that's out there. And they can come in and take care of this for you and get your business looking beautiful and saving money and saving electricity even before you go back to being open.
So thank you, Heather. We're going to come back to getting some more specific information on exactly what does one of those visits look like. But I did learn something new. I didn't realize there was something on the back of my bill. So I always like walking away with a little nugget of information. But for all of you out there, boy, maybe sometimes we ought to audit our utility bills and see what is there and what programs are available to us that we don't take advantage of. So thank you for that, Heather. So Drew, we'd love to hear all about the gas company program.
Sure. Well, I have some examples actually in my presentation that I'd love to share and cover as well. But like Heather said, we're working with some of our local favorites as well. I know we've done some projects with Sadie's and Lottaburger and Grandma's Canine Diner and some of our local favorites that we would all like to see doing well, especially after the pandemic is over. But yeah, our programs, once my presentation, I can get even more into it, but really, we have something really, we think, for all small, medium, and business customers out there. Oh, and here we go. And if you don't mind, yeah, we could just jump right into it, if that works for everybody. So again, this is us, our program. The proper name is Efficient Buildings Program. And again, we are here talking today to Albuquerque Hispano Chamber, and thanks to Comcast. So really what we wanted to cover today is just go over the overview of our program, how it works, what's included in it. On the right-hand side there, you can see kind of all of our people that are involved with the program. We have Steve Casey, our manager. I am senior program developer. Our administrator is Cassandra Valencia. We use a third party, and they are a great implementer, and we have been using them for quite some time now, and they are ClearResult. ClearResult is managed by Indiana Jones. That is right. That is his name, Indiana Jones. He is our local program manager here in Albuquerque. And then reporting to him is Jacqueline Salcido, who's, again, Trade Ally Coordinator, what we were just talking about. She does a lot of that great work to coordinate the networks of all the people that are actually out there, the boots on the ground doing the work. And then the last one there is Ken Pilcher, and we'll talk a little bit about Ken's role, but he's very involved in the DI stuff, and that's direct install. And when a customer reaches out and they want to see what can be done, a lot of times it'll be Ken that goes out there, and he's the point contact person, and he will tour the facility, and he will make some of those initial recommendations based on the size of the facility and project. So that's kind of our team and how we operate. So again, real quick, and I'm sorry, Shannon, you said save residential for the last, but if I could just touch on it really quickly here. So this is New Mexico Gas Company's portfolio. And as you can see, we have residential programs, we have income qualified, multifamily, new construction, and what we're here to talk about is our business programs for business customers. But just real quickly, if I can just touch on the residential side. On the left there, we have space heating programs. So that is furnaces, boilers. We have a showerhead program, which is a really great program. Free to all residential customers. You get 2 high efficiency energy sense, water sense shower heads in the pack, along with faucet aerators for bathrooms, a swivel faucet aerator for your kitchen, plumber's tape, and instructions in English and Spanish. So if you haven't already requested your high efficiency kit, the link is there at the bottom. I would highly encourage you to do that. But along with that, we also have water heating programs. That includes tankless water heater and a storage tank water heater. You're looking for Energy Star products that have earned the Energy Star label for our tankless and storage tank water heater program. We also have a smart thermostat program for residential. Everyone's into the connected home and Internet of Things. We give customers $50 per unit. So if you have 2 units in your house, you would qualify for 2 rebates. And that's a pretty neat little program there. And then the bottom left there is our insulation program. And insulation is great. You get year-round savings. It'll help with your cooling bill in the summer, help with your heating bill in the winter. So that's the one that we always want to get out there and make sure customers understand the benefit of that. But going to the next slide, we will get into our business customers and what we have for business customers. So on the left there, that is our service territory map. It gives you an idea where we're operating and gives you an idea where we're operating and where we are doing service, our customers are at. This map represents 470,000 residential customers, about 35,000 commercial customers. Since 2011, we have saved our commercial customers about over 4 million therms, and that's annualized. That's not lifetime savings. That number would be much higher. Projects completed, we have done 1,749 projects in that time span, and we have saved customers over 123 million gallons of water from measures that also save water and natural gas. And if you could go to the next one, we can jump into the 3 components of our program. So I think I mentioned it earlier. The way it works is we have 3 components, and they're direct install, prescriptive, and custom. Direct install is really where Ken or our auditors will come out and they'll meet with you and they'll tour your facility and they will see what we can do. And a lot of that is air infiltration, it's door sweeps, it's caulking, it's weather stripping, and that's all free of cost. That's no money out of pocket to our commercial customers. Included in that would be some low flow water measures as well. Could be shower heads, could be pre-rinse spray valves, there's aerators, there's a ton of savings in water heating. The next one is prescriptive, and prescriptive is exactly like it sounds. It's pretty much a menu of, if you install this water heater, we'll give you this rebate. If you install this furnace, it should save you this much, and we'll give you this rebate. So it's really straightforward. We have up to 32 different products that we incentivize on prescriptive, most of them being commercial food service products, but we also do, again, have furnaces, boilers, water heaters, all that good stuff for small to medium businesses where applicable as well. The bottom, the last one is custom, and that really is the catch-all. We like to think that if you use natural gas in your business and your processes and your operations, and there's a way to do it more efficiently, we can probably figure out a way to incentivize you to do it more efficiently. So again, this requires technical assistance, test in, test out, and a lot of verification throughout, but it's a great portion of the project, of the program, and we see a lot of great projects and a lot of great savings opportunities come through that. If you could go to the next slide. Here, we'll just really quickly go through a couple of case studies. So you can see here, this is a small casual diner, and these are a menu, a list of measures installed. You can see they're as small as aerators and pre-rinse spray valves that help take the food off before they're going into the dishwasher, to a little more complex things like a tankless water heater, gas fryers, gas griddles. But as you can see here, these are the deemed therm savings that we get. You can see those measures that have water savings. There's also a water savings category there. And then on the far right there, you can see what the rebate amount the New Mexico Gas Company would incentivize a customer for installing these when there is a cost to them. Again, those top 3 are free measures. So these are real measures that make up real projects. One of those 1,749 that we talked about. This one here is real quickly, just a small business, open 8 to 6, and a smaller list of measures that fit them, but again, some great savings opportunity, even for a small business like this that doesn't particularly have a high load. You can see their total usage is only about 5,000 therms. So to be able to achieve 20-25% savings is pretty impressive for even a customer that has such small window of operation. And then if you can go to the next slide, we'll get on to how does a customer get involved? How do you participate? And really the way it works is we broke it up into 4 steps. You contact our New Mexico Gas Company program team. They will come out, they'll meet with you, they'll talk with you, they will assess the opportunities, whether that's a full-blown audit, if it's a walkthrough audit. I mean, depending on the size of the facility, we've brought auditors in from out of state to perform more complex audits. We do steam trap audits. We have quite a number of resources available to help diagnose and really figure out what opportunities exist. And then that second stage is the rebate estimate and gather information. So our team will work with you hand in hand and figure out what you need as far as bill data, things that you need to help analyze what the savings may be, which helps us to come up with what the rebate amount will be as well. And that's especially pertinent on those custom projects. So number 3 is choosing your project. So our team will provide you with a list of projects that you would probably want to go ahead and prioritize. And from there, it's all about tackling and executing those projects. And step 4 is pretty easy. It's verifying project completion and completing any necessary documentation to get those incentive checks in the mail. And once projects are completed, we typically see checks rolling out 6 to 8 weeks after that. But these are real projects and real utility dollars, as Heather mentioned before. These are programs that everyone's paying into, and New Mexico Gas Company takes the position of energy efficiency is the least cost resource, so it costs less for us to go out and buy more gas and have you use more gas than it is to encourage you and incentivize you to use less gas where applicable in some of these programs where the technologies and efficiencies exist. And with that, that was really my presentation on what I had, and I will stand for questions whenever at the end or however you guys want to do it. Thank you.
So thanks, Drew. That's very informative, and I again, I can't reiterate. I learned a whole lot, and I don't think businesses really realize. We might have caught them at the end where it says and receive a rebate check. I think they probably are going to get a little excited about that. Or like Heather talked about in the beginning, there's money up front that is available to them to do that. So again, for the small business members that are out there that are watching and that are trying to figure out, what ways that they didn't even know existed, you need to be working with your local utility companies, logging onto their website, asking the questions, and I'll make sure that you guys have the contact info for both Heather and Drew or their departments, because we're going to encourage you guys to do that. We're going to talk about this a lot coming up in the future, because these are ways, well, there's a lot of reasons. One, these are ways to help you save money. And then the other thing is, this helps us really save in the world of environmental. And, Heather brought it up, and I want to get back to that a little bit, where she talked about, why would the company or any company want to help out and save? And I've been in the room with her before when that question's been asked, and it's kind of interesting. But I believe that it is because, we all live in this world together, and we want to have it and protect it for as long as we can. So anywhere we can cut and help. And there's new technology. So Heather, talk to us a little bit about, there is constant new technology. We know that, lighting and different types of sources of electricity and different stuff. So talk to us about how important that is and how it plays into the program, being up to date.
Sure. So some tips for saving money, like what Drew had mentioned and you'd mentioned, is working with your utility, signing up for online billing. I can't believe how many people I still see handwriting checks and the stamps and all of that stuff. And, we love the Postal Service. Don't get me wrong. I love them very much. But that's gas and money and time of all that too. So we don't.
Also paper. It's
paper. Exactly. So save and sign up for online billing. You can also, I believe you can as well sign up for the budget billing. In PNM, I know that for sure. I'm not sure about New Mexico Gas, but I would assume it would be the same. We're very we're kind of we're cousins. We're still good friends. Very much, even though we've separated.
Funny story. You guys have to share this with you, because this is, talk about a hack. Every now and then we like to leave you guys with a little bit of info, and I'm sure some of you know this, but I'm guessing the majority of you do not. So I am the worst at paying bills. Why? Because I was also not set up on automation at all. And about a year ago, with somebody going, if you don't do this, I'm divorcing you. We won't mention names. I went ahead and signed up and took the day that it took to get everything automated. And all of a sudden it was really nice, because, bills start coming out and you don't think about these things. And then I get a call from the gas company, and I can't remember what it was for. There was an issue. It was something with my neighbor, whatever. In a conversation, I found out they had a program that it was a text to pay bill. So I'm going to tell you right now, once a month, I get a text from the New Mexico Gas Company, and it says, your bill is whatever, $49.87. Click here to pay. So I look at my text like we all do all day, every day. Why? Because we're on our cell phones, and I hit okay, or I type okay or pay, whatever it is, and it's done. And so now, because of that, I love it. So I'm waiting for everybody in the world to go to a text to pay program. So for those of you out there that are like me and dread that day that you got to sit there and write checks, I don't do that anymore. The day you got to go online and pay it, I don't do that anymore. I now text to pay. So thank you to New Mexico Gas Company for offering that. And it's changed my life. So there's a little hack for you guys to walk away from today. So yeah, that's been really cool. And it's a time saver, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly. Time is. So back to your question about technology, our trade allies, our contractors, we don't tell them what products to use or what companies to use. They do their own price points, but there are certain lines in the sand of what they have to stay with. So it has to be Energy Star certified for at least the lamps and the tubes that are installed, and it needs to be Design Lights Consortium certified for the retrofit kits and the fixtures. And that's because of the warranties that they offer, and they have been tested and they're good products. In the Quick Saver program, the trade allies know that they have to stay within those means so they can get you the warranties. On the fixture replacements, there's a 5-year warranty through the program on that, where the trade ally is the one that goes out and handles any warranty issues you might have. So we call it, it's a direct install program as well, but we just have a fancy name for it. It's Quick Saver, but it's for small businesses who don't necessarily know all of the technology. If you're the small business that owns a restaurant, you know everything that needs to happen in that restaurant. You know what time you need to be there to get your food, to get started on making the food, how to clean it, how to store it, how to serve it properly. Well, these electricians, they know electricity and they know how to install them. And they know how to keep it going for you and make sure that what you get is what you need. It's not going to be overlit or underlit. Safety is very important to us as well. So taking advantage of someone who knows their business to help you run your business better is what we want to try to do to help you with. While Drew was talking about his projects, I looked at ours, and as of last year, we're at about 4 million kilowatt hours saved. So we're running pretty good, neck and neck. We've been the implementer for this program since 2009. And we, like I said before, we haven't changed. The budget hasn't changed. The money's still there. We have to get it out the door. We're going to have to do it next year as well. So take advantage of it now. We're offering, another thing that I also want to mention is we're offering limited time offer extra incentives. So on top of the project's incentive costs that you have and the savings that you get, if you participate in this Quick Saver program and you're in the Albuquerque metro area, you get an extra 3 cents per your kilowatt hour saved. So if it's 89,000 kilowatt hours, you take that times 3 cents, and that's the extra additional rebate incentive you get. If you're out of the metro area, like a lot of our great members are, it's additional 5 cents. So we realize that some of the outer areas are considered underserved, and we want to make sure that they get all the help that they can get to save money and save energy going forward. And on our website, the P&M Energy Efficiency, I know it's long, pnmenergyefficiency.com website. If you go to the Quick Saver program, it has a link that says Quick Saver Trade Allies, Quick Saver Contractors, and it has all of that there for you. Another one that I wanted to mention that's not the Quick Saver program is our AC tune-up program. I don't know about you guys, but I am enjoying the air conditioning when I have it. But when it's not working or it's not being as efficient as we want it to, you can really tell a difference. And basically, the AC tune-up program is free to you. As my boss says, as long as it runs, it'll be fine. But if the car doesn't have wheels, then it's not really the same as the tune-up. But they go in and they do the inspections, they check the Freon, they check all of that stuff, and they give your refrigerated air unit a tune-up, and that's commercial. And I believe it's residential. Not 100% positive, but I know in commercial settings, I mean, think about it. If you have a restaurant, a warehouse, any location that has these big refrigerated air units, you don't even realize the money that you're wasting by not having it run as efficiently as it can. So on our website, look up the AC tune-up program. There are several contractors that can come out. They do trainings every year. They have to buy certain equipment to make sure the testing is right. But you would be surprised how much money you can save on your bills as well as upfront for your project costs.
Wow. So again, so much great information, but I'm gonna tell you, next time I go into a business and their air conditioner ain't working right, I'm gonna send them your number because
Please do, please do.
I need like a tune-up. Again, things that small business owners are not necessarily thinking of. Think about everything a small business owner has to on a daily basis. And I guarantee their utility bills, other than that once a month when they got to write that check, are not on their radar. And so, you know, we want to make sure that we are partnering to the best of our ability with New Mexico Gas Company and also with PNM, because we want you guys to know that these are additional savings in your pockets. And I know that both Drew and Heather both mentioned the names of companies. And I remember hearing the story directly from Brian and team over at Sadie's, in particularly about their PNM rebates and what it's done for their business. And they have a big building, they're a very busy business. And I guarantee you a few $1,000s a year makes a difference in their business. So take a note from the businesses around the city that are taking advantage of what is available to everybody and using it to not just support a healthier environment, but also money in their pockets. So I definitely think that is some fun stuff. So what I'd like to do really quick, I kind of direct us over to Drew. So, you know, there is a lot of programs out there. We talked about some specific ones with the gas company. So what I'd like to do is, how are you guys out in the community sharing this information? What are some of the ways? I know we can direct them to the website, but is there any initiatives out there to support this so that we can also get involved in making sure that we're sharing?
Yeah, we're, you know, always looking for opportunities for outreach. Right now, we're heavily involved in the Mayor's Energy Challenge, working with small and medium businesses throughout the city through that initiative. So we're real excited to be participating in that. We belong to a number of different organizations, restaurant organizations, apartment organizations. We really are trying to get the message out there all the time in as many channels as possible. We're on social media. We do some limited advertising. We have our fingers in a lot of different things. And like you said, we've been running these programs for 10, 11 years now. And every day we have customers that say, I had no idea that you had programs that do this, or I had no idea that we could have done this years ago. So yeah, we appreciate you and everyone taking interest and helping to spread the word out there. And we're always looking for opportunities to get in front of the right people, the people that are interested in efficiency and looking for opportunities to be more efficient in their facilities and operations. So again, thank you for this opportunity, and we look forward to more to come.
Yes, Heather, what types of outreach are you guys doing? I mean, I know you guys do a few things, but talk about some of the more unique ones.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to remember how we used to do stuff. I still in my mind think it's March, and you know, we're going to still be doing golf tournaments. Yes, I do have COVID brain, but you know, the partnership that we've had with the chamber has been extremely helpful. We're also a part of the Apartment Association of New Mexico, since we do have the multifamily program with them as well. And we are part of the New Mexico Restaurant Association, because we also do have a distributor discount program similar to what the New Mexico Gas program has. We are part of different electrical engineering groups and programs, but mainly it's through word of mouth, going to the networking events, National Women, NABO, I forget, National Association of Women Business Owners, we're part of it as well. I can't tell you how many times people tell me, I'll tell you a story. I have a friend that owns a commercial building. It's a mixed use commercial building. And I went over there and I said, hey, when did you put up those new wall packs? And he's like, oh, probably about 6 months ago. And I said, you remember what I do for a living, right? You remember that I've told you on many, many, many occasions that I can save you money and have a contractor come out and give you a free audit. And he went, oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that. This is someone that I've known for many years and knows this is what I do. So trying to stay active with the community is not always easy, and especially in this situation. So we're very thankful that you have asked us to come here today so that we can talk about it, because you know, you're passionate about the chamber. Drew's passionate about New Mexico Gas. I'm passionate about PNM, and we want to be interacting with people who are passionate about their businesses as well, so that we can work as a community together and help each other. So,
well, and I definitely want to say I want to say thank you to PNM on that note, because one of the ways that we've really been pushing the energy efficiency program is through our GSB program, which is our Grow Small Business powered by PNM. And they were a longtime sponsor of that program, and they would come and talk to all the business owners that participated and graduated from the program about the energy efficiency program, in hopes that they would make it a priority with their business, because it's important that we get that word out. So I definitely want to thank you guys both for sharing that. And I'm guessing, you know, Drew brought it up, that, you know, the dozens and thousands of businesses that you've helped over the last 10 years or so, but I'm guessing there's thousands more that have not been touched.
There is and Drew can attest to that too. We have slides that show, you know, I think back in 2017, I did a quick saver training and we looked at it, and it was less than 10% of the PNM service territory had actually participated in our specific program. So, you know,
and I would say,
and it's different.
Real close to
Wow. Wow.
You know,
and so that just lets us know that getting the word out to small businesses, you know, and I want to work with you guys directly. Maybe it's something that we put into the new member packages, your contact info, and maybe set them up for those free audits that you talk about, because I just feel like that's an incredible number. And I know, I get it. There's, you know, 70,000 businesses or whatever registered, you know, we have 1,100 as members, but we touch the community in so many different ways. So any way that the chamber can be part of sharing that, being that the two entities are such huge partners with the chamber, those dollars support the small business program. So any way that we can give back, we would be happy to, and bring awareness to this. It's important. And like we said, pre-COVID, you know, now everything's a little bit different, and maybe environment's not today on the top of your list, but saving money is. And so that's why I think that any way that we can get into those small business owners' heads a little bit and share that would be really, really great. So before we leave, guys, I want to talk to you. I want to ask you some fun questions. You know, every time we have somebody on our webinar, it's really nice to get to know them. And I'd love to know, you know, we're getting back ready to reopen, and we're getting ready to kind of hopefully go back to whatever the normal is. And I know everybody hates the term new normal, but it kind of is the new normal. So what have you guys been doing during this time to kind of de-stress and prepare as we can maybe go to bars and restaurants again, or, you know, whatever it is? So Heather, we'll start with you.
Well, I adopted 2 kitties from a local rescue group. I am surprised they are not running around behind me acting crazy, but I think they're asleep on the floor. They're taking cat naps, as they should. Really, you know, these avenues of the Zoom meetings and the team meetings, virtual happy hour with the girls has been very nice. I think it's also been nice to not have that distraction of being out at a restaurant. We can actually talk about different things that we normally kind of, you know, get sidetracked about, but just making sure that one thing we've mentioned and we've talked about a lot is check on your extrovert friends. You know, we're not doing so good over here. My introvert friends have been just like, oh yeah, I'm fine. This is whatever, we're good. But us extroverts are having a little bit of, it's a little sad sometimes.
Yeah, we're missing our networking events and our ways to communicate. Drew, I'd love to know, what do you do as a family or as a group, or what are you doing to get through this time and ready to reopen? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm at home with a 16-month-old little boy.
Wow. Congratulations.
So you're busy, and COVID didn't even bother you because you're busy.
Exactly. It's like 3 months has gone by and it doesn't even seem like it sometimes. But so really spending time, really, I have a son who was slated to graduate high school this May as well. So we've been dealing with that as well, doing virtual graduation stuff and connecting with family from afar on graduation stuff as well. So it's kept us busy.
So life has gone on is what it sounds like. Life is moving on for everybody during this time. So guys, first of all, I want to say thank you to both Drew with New Mexico Gas Company, Heather, who represents the Quick Saver or Energy Efficiency program with PNM. First of all, for joining us today. So it was really great to get some information out there, a little something different than the COVID focus we're usually on, but we're also starting to kind of move away from that a little bit. And with that being said, this month we want to thank Comcast for sponsoring our business economic recovery series as we begin to reopen our state and our community. And I know that a lot of you are not open yet, and I get that it's phases and in certain industries will be held back a little bit, but we are excited to see what we can do to help you. And hopefully in preparation of that, you guys, if you missed the webinar today and you're just joining in, you can catch this post on our website, because it's super important to take a few minutes, grab a cup of coffee or what have you, and sit back and watch this this hour, because it's been really, really informative. And so again, thank you to Comcast, thank you to New Mexico Tech, who's been with us from the beginning. We're our third month into our webinar series, and we have had such incredible support from New Mexico Tech, and of course our very own Angelique, who hides behind the scenes. You hear a voice here every now and then. I want to remind you guys that Friday, day after tomorrow, June 12th, is our big PPE, protective personal equipment drive here at the Hispano Chamber Campus, 1309 4th Street Northwest. You can also go to our website, where you can also find the link for today's video and every webinar we've done for the last 3 months, www.ahcnm.org. You're going to simply click on the COVID link up top, and we're going to drop down. There's going to be a Square series and a New Mexico Mutual series and a Comcast series. When you go into the Comcast series today, you're going to see the post from today's about utilities and saving money as a business owner with your utilities. So again, get online and register for the PPE drive this Friday. All the information is pinned to the top of our social media on our Facebook page. It's on our website. We hope that all small businesses will take advantage of this information, and also the drive on Friday. We really want to do what we can to support, and with partners like New Mexico Gas Company and PNM, we are sure to do as much work as we can in the arena of small business and economic development in our community. So I want to say thank you to everybody who joined us today, and we hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and we will see you next Monday for the webinar series, and hopefully we'll see you all through our drive-through pickup on Friday for our PPE giveaway. Everybody have a great day. Thank you everybody for joining us. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shannon.